Recording.
Okay, guys, welcome. Four fit minds are three fit minds today in the absence of Jane. So you've got myself, Nigel, you've got Kath, and you've got Colin. Today is following on from the previous discussion that we've had, and we're going to talk about play. We've had work, rest, and play, and now we're on, obviously, what is play. So I've put together these three questions that I'm going to pose to the other members of the group, and then obviously I'll answer it myself. So starting off then, what does play mean to you? And I'll go straight in with Kath.
Okay, I'm loving the morph picture. That's so uplifting. I think morph's got to have good memories for everybody, hasn't it?
Definitely.
So play for me is, I think we kind of lose that ability to play a little bit as we get older, don't we? And you forget to be silly and chuckle over silly things. Maybe when you've got kids, that's slightly different because you play more with them. But so for me, play is just losing your inhibitions a little bit, and even as an adult, just indulging in silliness and just letting yourself go and dropping your adult responsibilities for a while and tapping into that part of you that is emotionally free. So I kind of get that when I go out on my bike. I'll aim for the muddiest puddles that I can find and kind of feel the wind in my hair, and that's a feeling of freedom for me, which is like a little bit like play. So I guess play to me is losing your adulthood and tapping back into that inner child that allows you to just be carefree and happy. Yeah. And I think it's really important to do that. Yeah. For good mental health, definitely.
I agree. Colin, you're up, mate.
Okay, so I think pretty much like Kath, play to me is like she said, losing your inhibitions. So things like when you go to the fun fair, when you go to Christmas time, feel like, it's kind of like losing your inhibitions, you're having a couple of drinks and just like feeling all relaxed and that. And also, like kind of thrill seeking, doing things like when you go to Alton Towers, for example, you go on the Big Dipper, or you go on the go to Blackpool Pleasure Beach, that kind of thing. So yeah, I think for me it's about thrill seeking and getting that kind of buzz from that thrill seeking.
Cool. So yeah, what does play mean to me? Play means to me probably just no structure, no seriousness, not taking myself serious, not taking others sort of serious for that moment in time, and just being lost in a very childlike sort of probably thought process, a bit more inquisitive, a bit more exploring things, and a bit more sort of diving into things that you maybe think that you can't do that, you shouldn't do that. I like to sort of push those boundaries. I act like a kid quite a lot, and I always
seen the videos.
Yeah, I sometimes think I'm a mature, but then I think I actually like that. I actually like adults telling me stop being so silly. I like that because I think we are going too much into maybe another answer or other areas of what this might be. I think a lot of people have got the balance wrong, take themselves too serious, afraid to do things. Like back in the day when I used to go around town and nightclubs and stuff like that, and just not having a care in the world. I've definitely moved away from that as I got more responsibilities. But then the times when I do that, I go, shit, I should do this more often. I love this. This is me. And I think definitely I've lost track of that. And I always start off with, I need to add more play into my life. I need to allow that. I won't even say downtime because I still have downtime, but I mean just sort of that play where you just do nothing but being from ear to ear.
I think, I struggled when I transitioned between being like somebody who went out drinking a lot to somebody who didn't do that. I really struggled. And at that time I saw a lady for acupuncture, this Chinese lady. And she said, and I said that I was really struggling with that transition going into being an adult and being more responsible in quite a responsible job with a good profession. And she said to me, she said, okay, let me just ask you something. Did you like skipping when you were 6? And I said, yeah. She said, but did you like skipping when you were 16? And I said, no, not really. She said, exactly. Life moves on and you just have to adjust. And I thought, wow, that's like one of the most wise things anybody's ever said to me because it just does. But you play in different ways, or you just You know, you
Yeah.
like you say, you might not want to go out around town every weekend anymore, but you do different things, don't you, to get that same buzz and
Yeah. It doesn't have to be, it's not necessarily drink, it's the dance. I remember dancing and thinking, this is me just dancing, and whatever music it was, it's just dancing. Yeah.
Cardboard box.
Yeah. just sort of like, and just being united with other people that are also playing. That's the thing. It reminded me of being in an adult playground, and it's acceptable, rather than fast. I'll go on the swings with Daisy, and I'll be the only adult on there, and I still do tricks on the swings that I used to do when I was a kid, just to see if I've still got it. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Cool. Right.
Brilliant.
I think we've battered that. Cool. I've just moved my head. It's in the way of the question there. How important is play to you? I'll go with Kath again.
I mean, I guess we've kind of covered this because it is really important, isn't it? And I think the more serious a job you've got, the more important play becomes, because you can get bogged down with those day-to-day boring responsibilities. And if you don't have release outlets for that, so whether that be through even just, I mean, obviously we do art therapy now, and I've talked a lot about art therapy and the benefits of that with the lady who's doing the therapy. And just even being creative is play, isn't it? Just sticking and cutting and, like you're saying, Nigel, having no structure. So maybe just colouring, but just deciding whatever colour you want at that time. That freedom in your mind, I think, is really important if you're otherwise at work, structured, taking responsibility, owning projects, managing other people, whatever you're doing.
Yeah.
So I think to balance that is really important, definitely for me.
Yeah.
Wow.
Colin?
Very important. I think play is a way of getting back to your kind of like childhood, when you were probably at your most happiest, and you could literally, you were invincible. You had no fear. You could go anywhere. You could do anything. And also the fact that nowadays, when you're an adult, there's a lot more stress, a lot more pressure, a lot more, everything's about time and getting things done, and it just feels like there's no time to play. But if you make time to play, then that's when you kind of look back at how you used to be, and when you were happy, and it brings a smile to your face without even being able to, without even having to explain why or what's happened. It's just a case of you thought about a moment back when you were, I don't know, your teenagers or your school days.
What were your favourite playground games?
Dobby, I think it was called.
Oh, what's Dobby? I've never played Dobby.
I'll explain later. Kiss and chase.
Oh, okay, yeah. I never got kissed. I was always just sat outside waiting.
But yeah, going back to your childhood when you was most happiest, and it de-stresses you. It makes you feel like you're very relaxed. You could do anything. So very important. Very important.
Yeah, I'd agree definitely. But I don't make it important. That's where I'm going to go with this. So I don't prioritize it and I don't schedule it. It's just, but I want it to be scheduled because I feel like it needs to be. And it's a bit like when you were a kid. I just thought of something Colin said then. Like, how many times would you knock on your mate's door and say, "Oh, is Dave coming out to play? Is John coming out to play?" Just imagine if we did that now, everyone would laugh at us. Do you know what I mean? And that's what I want. I want adults, and I feel like I need adults to come out and play. And I see what I do in terms of fitness. And when we have our group, I'm serious about what I do, but it's our time to play. And it is. It's adults playing with adult toys, and I don't mean that in a rude way. I mean that in terms of, it's like our equivalent to Astrobound. Just getting in there in a gym jungle, as we call it, and just having a play around and not taking it too serious. But at the same time, there's benefits from it, as there is physically, psychologically, when you're a kid playing and interacting with other people. It needs to be structured. And I would say as a gym, that is when you're playing, but people take it too serious. They focus on weight loss. They focus on, I need to be slimmer. I need to look better. I need to have a better shaped bone, or this, that, and the other. Just go in there and have a play. See what happens. Don't take it too serious. Don't be winning. Don't try to win and compete with others. Just go in and have a play, and get your heart rate up, and buy as a byproduct of that. What do you say, Carl?
Are you talking to the wrong person? Kath and Jane, I heard, are very competitive when they're in the gym.
But that's if that's how they want to be, that's how they want to be.
The thing is, we still play, because like if there's a round, we'll say, "Shall we make this a super round?" and we'll just add a little element to it. That's our play. We're being competitive.
Yeah, it's like when I train with a gang. Like there's times when Louise is coached and I've trained, and someone talks to me. I'm not the same person when Nigel's coaching, gives back. When I'm training, someone talks to me, I'll give them a little answer, and that's it. I've got my game face on, and people know not to talk to me because I want to push myself, and I have to put my war paint on to train. Do you know what I mean? I'm not going to have a conversation. I can't do that because I come away and go, "Oh, that were a bit of a crap session, wasn't it? I didn't really try there." I'm serious. One of the guys in the gym who I train with, even though we class it as playing, go into the gym, and I would definitely say it's an outlet for me. We're still serious when we're in there. You can still be serious and play if that's how you operate. But for me, play, I don't prioritize it enough. It's more something that it comes across me in terms of when I'm playing with the kids. And then I got pulled into it. I go, I should do this more often. I should make time for this. Do you know what I mean? Yeah,
definitely.
Sweet. Right, fun house. There you go, Pat Sharp with his mullet. He's on the left-hand side. I was never really into Pat Sharp. I play with more the other twins. What could you do to add more play into your life, Kath?
I guess you've hit the nail on the head, Nigel, by saying that we just don't structure it. I mean, I guess when you're young, you get up weekdays, you go to school. After school's playtime. That's it. You do your own work, and then it's playtime. So you kind of follow a structure. And I think it is just doing that and setting time aside, literally, to say, okay, time to do whatever it is you're going to do to just kind of unwind and have that playtime. So instead of, I know I'm certainly terrible for sitting at my computer, and I might play for a while, might browse or do whatever, but then I'm back into work and doing stuff for work or whatever. So I think it's just being clear to put time aside to let yourself just enjoy playing, lack of structure, being free, whatever. So I think for me particularly, I could just structure it better, make time.
What would your classes play for you? So if you structure something, what would that play look like for you?
So a bike ride, which is weather obviously permitting. I like computer games and stuff. I used to be a big gamer, so I mean I haven't got like an Xbox or anything now, but I keep thinking about buying one, but I know that will increase more static play for me, so it's one of the reasons I stay away from it, because I do get addicted. So I will play a bit of computer games, but I like to go out and walk, and when I'm out walking, I will just like, I don't know, I kind of treat that as a little bit of playtime, because I'm looking around and seeing what's going on, and just it's not structured for me. It's just go with the flow. So and gym is definitely playtime for me. That's the time when I can just release that. And I guess it's a guard that I have up at work, which is like I'm always quite serious and take my job very seriously, so I let that drop when I go to the gym, and I can just be in a different persona.
Got you. Colin?
Okay. I guess similar, maybe sort of structure it a bit better, although I do make time for play. So I'd say maybe go to gym a little bit more. Obviously, when we come out of lockdown, get on the bike, weather permitting, and just getting out more and just like planning sort of like going out into the countryside and just going out and just discovering nature, even just planning days when I go to, I don't know, Alton Towers again, anything like that, anything that's kind of different to what you do in the week, in the day to day.
Yeah,
just
See, I didn't have a bike until, well, I used to ride my bike loads, and then for many years I didn't have the confidence to go on the roads or anything. And then I met Colin a couple of years, well, it's coming up to 2 years since I met Colin.
Yeah.
Oh, God, it's been that long.
Yeah, sorry. I know it's felt like 10. But he obviously talked to me a lot about going out on his bike with his friend, and I just had this thing in my stomach saying, like, I don't do that anymore, and I used to love my bike. So I asked Colin to help me pick one out on Facebook Marketplace, and it just reignited that love of that. So anyway, I just thought I'd butt in and tell you that.
Yeah.
So thank you.
Awesome. Yeah, no, I can look back at times when I feel like I was a little bit more playful in terms of, you know, like we say, when we were younger, and I used to go out and dance and socialize every weekend without fail. Still do that now, obviously prior to lockdown, that still goes on. But there's things, little things like you just talked about bike riding there. And I remember times when I used to DJ and mix and play around with my decks and things like that. And I've stopped doing that. And I know that if I pick that up again, that just adds something to me. But I feel like I don't have the time. I feel like I'm pulled from pillar to post to allow that, even though it would probably give me something more and add to what I do. And I know it's just an excuse and it's just a feeling. It doesn't have to be serious. I don't have to be, I'm not trying to be a superstar DJ, but it's just something I could get my hands into, my teeth into, and do again. Because I know I recall and look back at the times when when I was playing constantly, it felt good and it was a good sort of feeling. But to add more play into my life in general, just understand how important it can be, and understand, I suppose, the importance of it for me and what it gives you, and what, rather than thinking it's going to take something away, my time, is understand that it's actually going to give more to me. And at the moment, I add more play into my life because I've got 2 young children. I play with them on a regular basis, interact with them, colouring, drawing, taking them out. Currently, obviously, it's snowing, snowballs, sledging, snowmen, and just, being silly with them because they enjoy that and I enjoy that as well. So I think it's easy for people to add more play into their life. It's just prioritizing it.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Awesome.
I really enjoyed those questions. Thank you. Because you don't think of it. You don't think about play as being a staple in your life, and it is. We should play more. So definitely. What time shall we meet? What time are we going out to play?
Yeah.
When Boris lets us.
Yeah. That's probably the reason why, like I say, a lot of people are struggling at the moment, because it's accelerated change, but just that free will to do what you want. And, we're obviously trying to resist that. We are anyway, by doing the things that make us happy.
Exactly. Yeah.
Rather than just following. But yeah. Yep. Cool. Awesome.
Thank you very much.
No worries.
So next time we're going to put somebody in the hot seat, and we're having 3 questions each, or 1 question each. So 3 in total.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Okay. And you're first in the hot seat then, Nigel.
Yeah. I don't mind 9 questions, 3 questions. Throw them my way.
See you next time.
See you later, gang.
Bye.
Bye.